So there I was, hanging off of a rock cliff. I was about 200 feet off the ground. I was in a safety harness and my carabiners were hooked in, and I'm standing on a small piece of rebar holding on. My arms are shaking, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, and I'm wondering and questioning why in the world I agreed to do this. I was climbing on the extreme, the Via Ferrata extreme in the Hollister Slate Mine in Keswick, United Kingdom. And we had been climbing for about an hour and a half. It was only 10:30 in the morning, and I was already tired, wondering what in the world we were doing. It was cold, there was snow all around, and we are shimmying across this rock face, headed for a cable bridge that was at least another 100 feet off the ground. It was terrifying, and I remember thinking, how come I agreed to do this? But then as I looked around and I saw John and Riley and our good friends, I realized that I did this because I have made a commitment to myself to live courageously and to live outside of my comfort zone and to say yes to those things that I would normally say no to. So we climbed for about 3 hours. We climbed up and down these rock faces. We crossed the cable bridge. We finished by going up a long cargo net to reach the summit of this mountain. And what we saw was incredible. The views were amazing. We saw the whole Lake District stretch out in front of us. But the best thing about it was what it did for ourselves, what we felt after accomplishing such a huge feat. Considering that all of us have our own fears, fear about heights, or fear about falling, fear if we're able to do something of this magnitude. But we all accomplished it, and it was an amazing feeling. And so the results that we received from stepping outside our comfort zone were incredible. So what I learned from this lesson, many things I learned, but one of the biggest things I learned is that by saying yes and pushing outside of our comfort zone and sometimes stepping outside of those boundaries, what that does is it builds our confidence in ourselves, in our abilities, and as we build that confidence, our courage increases. And as our courage increases, our confidence continues to increase. And it's this wonderful cycle that confidence builds courage, which builds confidence, which builds courage, and it enables you to live a life that you maybe never imagined. It also opens up opportunities that you never thought were there, and that's exactly what has been happening each time we as a family say yes to stepping outside of our comfort zone. And so I am so grateful that I said yes, that I stepped out, I faced my fear, and now I know that the next time when I get asked to do something that I instinctively might say no to, I'm going to be more willing to say yes and do that, and because I know that the results are going to be amazing and that it's going to be easier. So saying yes becomes easier, and I love living outside my comfort zone, not because I'm an adrenaline junkie, but because of what I know and what I'm learning it does for my life. Opens opportunities, builds my confidence, and builds my courage.